Hi, this is Mix Inside with LSK, and I'm your host, Kangelaki, also known as LSK from Pro Media Records. I'm a producer at Pro Media Records, also a live sound engineer. I do some live engineering here and there at different gigs that I'm invited to. But in this video, I just want to share a few tricks that I've learned over time that will help you enhance your music output, because I know it is a struggle for almost every producer around there who trying to get the best wide, thick music whilst not losing the punch. It is very tricky to make your music wide and not really losing the kicks, the punch with the kick and the snare. So in this video, I'm gonna share a few ideas that I learned over the years. It all starts with balancing of your volumes, first of all, with the entire mix. How you balance the levels and how you get to mix up the sounds, how many sounds are playing every time you reach a certain portion of a song. So when you do it right there, then you go to the EQ. That's number 2. With the right EQ, it will be very easy for you to have a very wide music, because it will be very easy to make it wide. And then right panning, pan the right sounds so that you don't get phase issues when you are trying to make it more wider at the end of the line. And then the other thing is the most important of this video is using those enhancers that are there in almost every workstation that you have, the wideners. It's very important to use each widener in a very specific way. For example, let's start with the strings. If you want your music to be very wide and you feel that the strings are very narrow, put a widener there. Hence, you follow suit as you are trying to make your music very wide at the end of the line. Put a widener there, and then adjust a few things. If your guitar is very narrow, also put a chorus there and make sure you send a bass so that you've got a lot of things happening, each working as a piece, as a tool at a certain portion, so that you get the overall mix very wide. Without this balance, it will be very hard to just use one knob and make everything wide. For over time now, I learned to say I like compressors. The way we do with vocals, to get a very good worked on vocal, it is best also to use multiple compressors. Hence, that it makes you to have a better result at the end of the line without distorting, unlike using just one effect to crank up everything. And then you will have a lot of problem, because these effects, there's a limit in the way they work. So when you overload them, they're going to give you bad results, and at the end of the day, you might be looking for plugins that are not there yet, or that you already have but you just don't know how to use them. So now when you reach the mastering stage, a few tips, because I know you're trying to master the music on your own. You don't have that cash to pay a sound engineer to master your songs. Here at Pro Media, we do master music and albums. So if you're a producer out there, you can also bring your stuff that you've mixed already, and we master them for you at a very good price with a very good quality at the end of the day, ready to play at any radio station. Now let me talk about how you get to polish up your widening skills. During the master, it will be very wise to use plugins that have got MS, that means the mid and the sides, so that you can work with your sides carefully and also work with your mids independently, so that you maintain the balance between the sides and the mids, unlike just using a widener which will just crank up everything, then you are losing out the punch. So when you've got the mid and the sides, you can now widen up the parts that you want using the sides, the parts that you want to be wide, and mostly you'll find it is in the high mids and the highs, where you put up a little bit of widening, but don't go too much with the mids and the side effects. You can use compressors that have got mids and the sides. They are very good also to start up with widening. Then you can go with EQ. It's also very good when you're using an EQ which has got the mid and the sides, because it will help you out also in widening. And then lastly, you can use, maybe after you do multiple widenings with different EQ compressors, then you can employ just one widener, maybe at the end of the line, to say, okay, let me now put this widener, because as it will be receiving signal, it will be received it will be a signal that won't be seen as if you are just using one widener to make the music wider. Hence, you are going to have a very wide music. I'm sure you've heard a lot of rumba music. Rumba music sounds so wide, but to achieve that wideness, it all starts with simple things that I've just told you. Number one, very good balance with the volumes on each instrument, and listening every section of the song, how many instruments are playing. Also, it is very good also to have a very wide music. It is very good also to have a few instruments playing. It will be easy to create depth and room in that kind of an environment. And then also having the right EQ on individual tracks. Have the right EQ, starting with hi-hats, kicks, strings, lead guitars, keyboards, and then the voices. Having the right EQ is the goal. Then the other thing is that to have your music very wide, also try to use effects like chorusing, flangers, and the like. These will help you, and the slap delays, those very short delays, these will enable you to create that sense of wideness. Then at the end of the day, your music will sound fuller and wider without losing any punch. This has been Mixing Side. Hope you've gotten one or two things in these videos. If you are liking them and you want to see most of the videos, you can just follow the links below that I'll share. That will drive you to my YouTube account and see a lot of videos that I've shared on YouTube, and get to like, and also don't forget to subscribe and like our page also here on Facebook, and like our videos also on YouTube, so that as we share a lot of information with you here at Promedy Records, it will be very easy for you to be notified every time when we've got a very new video at your own time. You'll find a notification when you log into YouTube. Thank you so much. This has been Mixing Side with LSK, and hoping to hear from you. And if you've got any suggestions, that topics that you want me to look at, please, you can just forward them into my inbox. Then I'll get to see and do them for you, specifically for you. Thank you so much. This has been Mixing Side, and thank you for watching.